right to say, live your day, but do it my way. No, it's out of sight. The future looks bright. Stand up for your rights. Gang, yeah, I gotta keep it tight. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher.
Hi, and welcome to this very special episode of Revv, Singapore's ultimate motoring channel. My name is Renee, your host in this series for all things motoring. Today we have a performance compact SUV that was recently introduced in Singapore with an overwhelming pour of orders with people waiting in line for this fantastic machine. It's the all-new Porsche Macan S, being offered in 4 variants. The base Macan with a 2-liter powertrain, the Macan S, the Macan S Diesel, and the Macan Turbo.
Oh, let's start to waste your time, having the thrill of a lifetime. No doubts in your mind, seeking you'll find you're the chosen one, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get it done. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Tell your mom, go tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Oh, I'm a preacher, tell your mom, you're my child of the chosen one. I'm your preacher, tell your mom, wonder child, you're the chosen one. I'm your preacher, tell your mom, you my child of the chosen one. I'm your preacher, tell your mom, wonder child.
But before we go any further, as I mentioned, it's a Revv special. So what's so special about today's review? Well, all along, as you know, I've been presenting Revv all alone. Guess what? Today, I won't be reviewing the Porsche Macan S that we have today all alone. We have a very special guest with us who is joining us to give his thoughts on this performance SUV. It's John Klass from KISS92 FM.
Look at me, look at you. Can you hear me calling to you? My love for you is so true.
John has been in the entertainment scene for more than 20 years, and he had his own band called KISS and moved on to going solo and joining radio. Thank you, John, for joining us.
All right.
Really nice having you.
Yeah.
So just kind of tell the viewers, what have you been up to lately?
Okay, well, a lot of radio, that's for sure, right? Radio. I'm doing a lot of music as well, like I've always been. Just actually come back from a trip from Switzerland.
Wow.
And
Okay.
where I presented to a worldwide audience for the International Radio Festival. So that was exciting as well.
Really cool. So are you kind of excited that you're taking out the Porsche Macan to review?
Definitely. I've been eyeing the Cayenne for a while.
Uh-huh.
And when I heard about the Macan, it's the younger brother, so to speak, of
Yeah,
the Cayenne,
definitely.
right? So I'm stoked. I want to do this.
All right, cool. So we'll be back in just a bit with John in the review. Okay, John, I know you're really excited to take out the Macan S, but I know before we start, tell us, what do you look for in an SUV?
Okay, well, I have a family. I usually, carry a lot of people in our cars and on journeys wherever we go. So it has to be a car which is going to be comfortable. One, I like the height of SUVs. Right?
Height has to be kind of high, yeah?
Yeah, it has to be high, and I like that about SUV. And of course, comfort fittings, luxury fittings. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I can bet you, I can tell you this much: a Porsche will give you all your needs.
That's right. That's why I'm so excited about driving this today.
Okay, so let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's get it going. Feels good. Yeah. All right. Sec. Yeah. Now we're ready.
Okay, so now we are in Porsche Macan S.
That's right.
So John, how do you feel?
First of all, I feel like $1 million.
Okay.
Right? The thing about this, these luxury cars, right? I mean, the whole point about driving them is that when you drive them, you want to feel like you can go out there in the world and earn $1 million every day, right?
I can imagine.
And this car does that. You know, it just makes you feel good, makes you feel you're worth $1 million, and that's why people pay that money.
Exactly.
Right?
So first impressions. I mean, the minute you stepped into the Macan, what did you think of it? I mean, you know, from the look of it, from the interior, what's your thought?
Okay, it looks slick, really nice on the outside, definitely, right? Really slick. You come in, you feel the finishing. First of all, I'm holding the steering wheel itself. It's stable, it's small, it's not too big.
Okay.
When you hold the steering wheel, you know, what I feel is that you know, it's really grounded.
Okay.
Right, the car is grounded. That's what I feel. And when I'm driving, and of course, power is exceptional. I just have to hit a little bit, and you know, I wouldn't even say moving. I would say I'm flying.
And this, by the way, is only in drive mode. We haven't shifted it yet to sports or sports plus.
We've not tried that yet. No, that's right.
But we will.
Right.
Okay, you're talking about the steering wheel. Basically, what Porsche did was, for the steering wheel and for the headlights, it's basically inspired by the 918 Spider.
All right.
So,
yeah.
So if those who are familiar with the 918 Spider,
Right.
it's basically, you know, following the same styling, because the whole idea that when the Porsche Macan came out was they wanted to have a sports performance SUV.
Right.
So they want you to have the sporty feel, yet
That's
also a bit of SUV kind of thrown in as well. Right. Okay, but once again, in just a bit, we're gonna let you try the Sport and Sports Plus. But you know, so you can really go crazy, right? But I mean, yeah, overall, you know, just your thoughts, basically, you know, in terms of comfort-wise. I mean, you tried a few SUVs yourself, I believe, right?
Yeah. Okay. Of course, you know, that's the car that I've always looked for. I like the height of SUVs. I like, you know, the space of the SUVs. Of course, when you come in, it's a totally different class altogether, right?
Right.
Obviously, it's a different class, and that's the first thing that you feel. As I said, the comfort of it all, the finishing, great detail has been taken into all, you know, the various parts and finishing of the car. Wait, hold on, go straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll always straight.
Okay, and you know, the materials that they use, you know, it's like holding a smartphone, right? One of those really good smartphones, an Apple, as compared to everything else. You know, this is like, you know, of course, you know, a grade up from every other SUV I've actually tried.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm sitting in a Porsche. So, you know, it's a great experience for me. Yeah.
But basically, for, you know, speaking of the whole Macan platform, right? Basically, this was taken off the Audi Q5 platform.
Right.
But the chief designer stressed especially that's where it ends. That's where the similarities end. So,
Right.
you know, other from a drivetrain to engine to bodyworks, it's got nothing to do with the Audi Q5. So some people have said it that, you know, that when they first saw this, first impressions was it looks a bit like the Audi Q5, but you know, that's where the first impression stopped, because that's it.
Right.
You know, that's where similarities end. So, you know, it's the same platform basically, but everything else is all Porsche. So you can see for yourself from the interior, the drive. You know,
The drive's amazing. That's
Yeah.
right. That's the thing. It's just, I feel like I'm flying, I'm floating on air, right? That's the feeling I get.
And you know, basically all the functionalities that you find in your normal everyday SUV, but this of course has an upgraded version of everything else, from your navigation to your media to your Bluetooth. So you know, and the thing is, when they designed the Macan, they wanted to be a very ergonomically friendly car. As you can tell, you know, when you put your hand on the dashboard,
Yep.
Everything's within your reach. You know,
Yep, exactly.
the gear sticks in your reach, all the functionalities is in your reach as well.
Yep.
Very intuitive, all the information on the fly. You got those three amazing dials, which basically gives you all the info you need from the setup of the car, to your navigation. If you're going to change anything regarding the setup of the car, everything can be done at your fingertips.
That's right.
On this really cool, amazing little wheel that you see on the steering wheel as well.
You see, the navigation, that's you know, a plus, right? Because it's put right at the right spot.
Yeah.
Not, you know, usually everybody else has it on this big screen over here,
Yeah.
but you've got it right here. You know, for me, it's the first time I'm seeing it from this angle, and that's the right place it should be, because you know, it's right in the line of sight when you're driving, right? You just look down and you can see exactly where you're going. So that's a real nice feature to have as well.
So okay, all along we've been in drive mode. So you're gonna put it into sports mode and just give it a try.
Okay, man, let's do that.
Okay.
We're in sports mode right now. Okay.
So how do you feel?
Oh man. That's a big difference.
That's a big difference, right?
Big difference from a drive mode. Man. And you've got what? Sports Plus
as well, yeah. So
That's not all. Okay, let me just try the sports a little bit more.
Hit a bit.
Okay, I'm going there and I'm moving. Oh man, I'm flying. All right.
And you can actually feel the stiffness in the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's still very sturdy.
Yeah,
it's still
sturdy,
very. It's not even moving. Look at that. Hands out.
Right, right. So what's happening basically when you hit it in the Sports Plus mode, right? The steering gets a bit more stiffer because it's going at higher speeds. You want more control,
right?
So that's what happens. So the whole ergonomics of the car, the whole engine sounds a bit different. You get a more torquey engine.
Yeah, that's right.
You can probably tell when you kind of hit on the accelerator and the steering and more control as well. Okay. I'll just let you enjoy the drive. Let you kind of feel it while you're driving.
I can't wait to hit the Sports Plus, but I've got a van right in front of me, so that's going to be tough. Okay, let the van go down a little bit and I'll catch up with him. You can do that in a space of 5 seconds, I think. Okay.
See, that's the thing, because when you try other cars, when you put it in manual mode, right? Because the Porsche comes with this system called the PDK. It's Porsche PDK, which basically it's a double clutch. So what happens is, as you're driving your car, right? Correct. Say now you're in second gear. What happens is with the PDK technology built into the Porsche, the Macan, is that you actually have the third gear in standby. So what happens is the change is it's basically so fluent that you don't even know it's happening. Yeah. So when you pop it in third, automatically the fourth is on standby.
Right. So that's why you don't get that.
Exactly. Because usually with other cars when you try driving, right, what happens is when you accelerate, there's kind of a jerk because that's when the gear engages. But with PDK technology, what happens is it anticipates. If you're in second, it's already preparing the third for you.
Wow, fantastic.
So that's what happens is double clutch. Yeah. So you get that. You get it. The gear changes really smooth. Those nasty little bumps that you always get in other cars.
Right, man.
Oh, let's start to waste your time, having the thrill of a lifetime. And no doubts in your mind, seeking you'll find you're the chosen one, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get it done.
Well, John.
Yeah.
Certainly hope you enjoyed the Macan S. So tell us overall, how do you feel about the whole drive?
I more than enjoyed it, right? First of all, it's a pleasure to drive this car, that's for sure. All right, so as I said earlier on, when you got into the seat, you felt like the king of the road, right? Because it's nice and high, the height is great, luxurious fittings, you feel like $1 million. Okay, that's the key. You want to feel like $1 million to earn $1 million, right? That's what it's all about. So I would suggest, you give it a shot, because it's definitely worth a try. You're going to have lots of fun no matter what, all right? If you decide to buy it or not, just try it out for yourself and then see after which, yeah?
Okay, once again, John, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always. And thank us for joining us right here on Revv Motoring.
My pleasure.
John, thank you once again. And we have a little something from Stuttgart Auto Travel Limited, the guys who bring you the Porsche Macan S. Just want to thank you for helping us review the car.
Okay, thank you so much. Pleasure, man.
Yeah, let's get it done. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your. Tell your mom, tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher. Tell your mom, go tell your teacher. Listen up, I am your preacher.
You know that this is the preacher man.
Oh, I'm your preacher, tell your mom, you're my child of the chosen one. I'm your preacher, tell your mom, wonder child, you're the chosen one. I'm your preacher.
The Macan's entry into the Porsche family had people asking, why another SUV? Well, the Macan brings with it a whole new different feel to the performance SUV, being a baby brother to the Cayenne, which, by the way, has been one of the best-selling performance SUVs in the market. First of all, the Macan looks slightly smaller and less bulky than the Cayenne. Still, the Porsche DNA is still much alive, with headlights inspired from the 911 and a 4-point LED daytime running lights, large imposing air intakes, with the front section of the bonnet integrating beautifully with the wheel arches. The standard Macan S comes with 18-inch size rims. The one we have comes with a 20-inch size rims. The side profile of the Macan S is typically Porsche. Every muscle appears flexed like a predator ready to pounce. The roofline slopes down distinctively towards the rear, drawing the customary sports car contour that promises excellent aerodynamics. The Porsche designers call it the Porsche Fly Line. At the rear, we have the impressive 3D tail lamps, all newly designed for the Macan, which is simply a sight at night. The rear boot release has been integrated with the washer nozzle, so if you were wondering how do I get that boot open, well, now you know. The Macan S has a 2,997cc turbocharged 6-cylinder V6 engine which pumps out 340 horses with 460 Newton meters of torque. Transmission is a 7-speed automatic gearbox. It has a top speed of 254 kilometers per hour and will do the century sprint in 5.4 seconds. Fuel consumption is 11.1 kilometers per hour and fuel capacity is 65 liters. CO2 emissions are 212 grams per kilometer. The interior of the Macan screams luxury and sophistication, which is something you would expect from the brand Porsche. Really comfortable leather seats throughout. Even though it is supposed to be smaller in size to the Cayenne, surprisingly, it is spacious with gracious headroom and legroom in the front and the back as well. At the driver's seat, even though this is an SUV, you are actually seated more like you are in a sports car, with a lower driving position and, of course, a fully adjustable electric driver's seat. To the left is the 4.8-inch color screen, which, among other things, displays information from the onboard computer. The newly developed multi-spoke sports steering has a really solid feel to it. 918 Drive gives you the assurance that you are always in control of this amazing vehicle. We have the usual multifunction features located on the steering, like your audio, Bluetooth interfaces, and of course the paddles for the PDK transmission. That being said, you still have a commanding view of the road nonetheless, and driving, be it on the highways or the packed roads of Singapore, is still a breeze. Like all Porsches, we have the tachometer, which sits nicely at the center of the dashboard. The dashboard has your unmistaken Porsche layout, giving you all the dazzling array of all the information you may need while driving at a glance. The center console, while at first glance may look overwhelming, it actually has all the necessary buttons that you need to adjust the ride feel of your Macan at your fingertips. From the different drive modes, damper stiffness, the 2-zone air cons, and so on. I feel like I'm in the seat of the captain's chair in Star Trek. Take us out, Scotty. The Macan comes with a huge boot space, which really impressed me for an SUV of this size, 500 liters to be exact, which makes more than enough space for shopping runs and the trips to the golf course. And we also have the quad tailpipes, which really adds to the Macan's sportiness. Speaking of tailpipes, let's hear that exhaust roar. The Macan comes with a whole host of safety features. Now let's see some of them.
Just tell me what you want, I'll give you what I got. I'll be your remedy, just give.
Well, we really had a fun time with the Macan, especially with John Klass riding along with us. Porsche wanted to create an SUV that would give you the thrills of a sports car. And with the body of an SUV, well, they have really outdone themselves with the Macan, giving the driver the best of both worlds. And since the Macan was first introduced, orders of over 200 have been in, giving you an idea of just how popular this performance SUV really is. Also, there's a whole range of personalization options that you can add to your Macan, like the Sports Chrono package, privacy glazing, and a whole host more. The Porsche Macan S is priced at $258,888 without COE, and the road tax is $1,194 per year. We would like to say thanks to Stuttgart Auto Private Limited for giving us the opportunity to review the Porsche Macan S. And of course, special thanks to John Klass for joining us on this episode of Revv. You can arrange for a test drive at the showroom or any other showroom, so give them a call right now. Well folks, that ends this episode of Revv. For more information on the cars we have reviewed, do visit our website at the address below. Till our next episode, remember, if you drink, don't drive. And of course, give way to cyclists.
I'm John Klass and you're watching Revv Motoring.
Give me one shot to hit you in the spot, and I'll be your destiny. Hey, baby, quit fooling around, cause it's gonna get all hazy. You know, love's a game that we all play that can get it kinda crazy. What the boys will bite, the girls don't like. What the girls don't like, get the boys uptight. When the girls are sweet, the boys they cheat. When the girls are the honeys, the boys give them monies.
Hi everyone, do remember to like us and join us on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at the links below. And if you would like us to showcase a certain car model on our show, well, leave a comment below or message us on our Facebook.
Just tell me what you got, I'll give you what I want and wheel my sorcery. Just give me one shot to get you in the spot and bang that armory. Hey baby, not fooling around, cause it's gonna get all crazy. When the funk is right, then hold on tight. It's not gonna be a maybe. What the boys will fight, the girls don't like, and what the girls